Hello my crafty peeps, it's Cheyenne from PIXIECrafter.com. We're going to do a little bit of a product showcase. We are going to be focusing on the Coffee Cafe suite. Well, not so much the suite, but the bundle. I don't have the entire suite. There is a designer series paper, there's some ribbon, there's some corrugated elements, so lots of fun goodness there, but let's focus on the stamp set and the die set. And there's a reason for this, and we'll get to that. So we've got our stamp set, and it's got a lot of wonderful images on it, lots of different ways that you can put this together to make different coffee or hot cocoa, teas, like any sort of those specialty drinks that you would get at, say, Starbucks. You can also, you see how these two are together? Can we say cupcake? Yeah. So you have coffee, tea, cupcake, hot cocoa, lots of different things that you can do with this. Perfect if you like to give Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or Horton's coffee, you know, wherever you happen to live and be, if you like to give gift cards for that. And we're going to be making a gift card holder today, so I can show you how to make a nice one of those. So for the dies, let's bring those up here. So you can get these as a bundle, and you can save 10% anytime. If you have a Big Shot or die cut machine, if you see the bundle and you like the stamps, go ahead and get them because you're going to save 10%, and it's worth it because you're saving money, right? So here we have the different dies, and they coordinate with our stamps. So when I swing down, we'll go over like which one matches with which. Lots of fun different things. Alright, so why am I focusing on this now? Because remember last year when the Everyday Jars in the Jar of Love had stuff for Christmas and Halloween and Christmas. Organize the thoughts, there we go. Well, the coffee break, the Coffee Cafe, is doing the same thing. So for the holiday catalog, you can get this starting September 1st. We've got the Merry Cafe stamp set that coordinates with the dies from the Coffee Break suite. So we've got some, you know, nice and fun and festive stuff here. So we'll take a closer look at that. Let me rearrange my camera so we can face down. Yes. Okay, so let's start off with the Coffee Cafe bundle. So for the stamp set, there's two sentiments. Let me try to get you, there we go. I've changed my camera setup, so it's a little different for me. I have to figure out where I need to put things. So we've got happiness is a cup of coffee shared with a friend, and this will fit inside the big coffee cup. And then there's life happens, coffee helps, and this fits inside this little guy here. We've got our smaller coffee cup. There is the domed lid and the whipped cream, so if you're making like your frappuccinos or, you know, something like that. There are two different straw options, so we've got the big long one and we've got a shorter striped one. There's some coffee beans, there's some ice cubes, there's thanks a latte for the sentiment, and there's a couple different hearts, and there's this little hi there. Can you see it? Hi! Alright, now let's go over what dies for what. Alright, so we've got the cups. Those are going to be able to be die cut out. Our little like sentiment here, or the bottom of your cupcake, whatever you prefer. You can stamp this and your sentiment, and then you can cut it out with this, or if you just want a different color to go on your coffee cup. So here's your coffee cup, and then this band is going to fit in front of it. So, I mean, you really have a lot of different options just with the different pattern paper that you choose from of what you can do with this set. And it will also go over the small one too, and it will fit. Alright, then you have your lid, of course. So, and you have a stamp for that as well. So you've got both of those. You've got a die for your whipped cream and your dome, and for the coffee beans. And then you have this piece here. Now this piece is going to cut out the overall shape, but then these little guys are going to go ahead and put ridges into it. So it's going to look like that corrugated cardboard piece that you don't burn your hands with on your very hot cup of coffee. Then for all of the tea people out there, there is this cute, adorable, there we go, tea bag die, and the little hearts will fit in there, and so will the high. And then we also have this little guy. So you know when you're at Starbucks and they give you the little green thing to pop in the little opening for the lid of your coffee so that it can kind of stay warm? Well, that's what this is. So you can go ahead and cut that out, and the hearts will fit inside that as well. You have this oval, so that thanks a latte sentiment is going to be cut out with that, and I think that's it for the dies. So yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that everything, all the stamps they have a coordinating cut. Oh yeah, we have our little straw here too. So everything but the high and the little hearts, they all have, you know, exact coordinating dies for that. So let's bring in our Merry Cafe. I love this set. So there's the coffee cup and the lid. Now the lid in this set is a solid one. This one, it's just the outline of it. So it's nice to have that other option. And the cup, it's got a little bit more of a sketch to it. There's these line and dot detail on this one, where this one, it's more of just like your solid, like white coffee cup that you have, or you know, whatever color paper you're stamping it on, but it's got that feel to it. All right, we also have a lot of different sentiments on this one. So we've got, sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze there for a minute. It still might happen. Don't be alarmed if I suddenly sneeze. So we've got Hello Fall. It's pumpkin spice latte season. I know there's a lot of pumpkin spice latte people out there, so this is a good stamp for you guys to have. There's apple cider, and this little apple will stamp over this one, so you can have this one in red or green, whatever apple type you like, and then you can stamp that over for some extra black detail. Let's see, there's Christmas and Cheer. There's Witch's Brew with Screamin' Sugar. I love that. And that will fit inside our little label here. So, you know, all of them kind of will. So that's nice. We've got And a Happy New Year. A Cup of Love is Brewing. Party in a Cup. Love that. Merry. I Love You and Coffee. So lots of different things. Oh, there's also this guy I forgot to mention. So he will actually work for that one, but on the designer series paper that goes with the coffee break suite, there are some coffee cups on one of the designer pieces of pattern paper, and you are able to use this to cut those out right out of the designer paper. So that's a lovely, lovely thing. So let's see, what else? So this is going to take you fall, Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, and even some into Valentine's Day with the whole I love you and coffee and love is brewing. But it could also be for like different things, just love in general. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. We've got this adorable little coffee cup here. I see myself using this in my planner. Oh, we've got this little Mary here. And now there's a couple more of those double stamps like with the apple. So we've got a leaf where it's got the solid and the outline, the snowflakes, solid and outline too. This little, I'm going to go with berries, like maybe like holly berries. There's the solid and the outline, this little leafy thing too. Oh yeah, and then we've got mistletoe berries or holly and like the holly leaves. So yeah, this is more mistletoe, this is more holly. We've got our spider web and a couple other little fun details. So yeah, really fun. They're photopolymer. Love photopolymer. You can see right through. You use them with your clear blocks, and just like with this set, like it's all here. You just pop them out. So yeah, I'm thinking that yeah, some of these smaller ones, yeah, they will fit into the oval. The party in a cup, the Mary, a cup of. So lots of different things that you can do with all of this. And also thinking, not quite. Mary can fit within the little coffee cup, and of course, you know, you can just decorate this however you want and have a lot of fun. Like this little guy would be wonderful on like little gift tags. So yeah, so much fun there. Okay, so let's get to making our gift card holder now that we've talked enough about the stamp sets. Alright, I've gathered all of the materials that I'm going to need to make the gift card holder in one big pile because that's how I roll. Alright, first thing you're going to need is a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. You can use the Whisper White or this is very vanilla. You can use very vanilla or Whisper White. I'm using very vanilla because we're doing more of a fall theme. We're going to need our stamping trimmer. I love this thing. It is wonderful. Alright, let's go with ink colors. So we're using the pumpkin Hello Fall. It's pumpkin spice latte season, so of course we have to use our pumpkin pie ink, right? Yes. Crushed curry and cherry cobbler and crumb cake are also going to be used, and we're going to need our crumb cake stamping sponge as well. Alright, we've got a delicate doily that we're going to be doing some distressing on, and I've got a piece of the, what is this? The 3/8 inch classic weave ribbon. It is part of the coffee break suite, and I've sponged on some crumb cake, and then I've used my aqua brush with some of the ink from the pumpkin pie stamp pad. So I just squeezed it, and then I got some pumpkin pie in the top there, and I went ahead and went over that just to color it and distress it up a little bit, and I tied a knot and I called it a day. Let's see, I made my own pattern paper because I have my stamps, I have the colors, so why not make something that really fits with my vision and what I'm wanting. So I used the Colorful Season stamp set, and I used that stamp right there with my cherry cobbler, crushed curry, and pumpkin pie to make a wonderful background paper. I've already done that, and I'll show that to you in a second. From the Coffee Cafe stamp set, we're going to need this guy right here, and that's it from that one. And from the dies, we're going to need the big coffee cup, the die that is going to be our little label banner thing, and the lid. Let's see, what else are we going to need? Alright, from the Merry Cafe stamp set, we need the, where is it? Hello Fall, it's pumpkin spice latte season. We need this guy here, and that guy there, the little outlines for it, our cup and lid, and that is it. Alright, what next? Of course, the coordinating blocks. We need our Stampin' Dimensionals, tear and tape, and snail. Okay, we also need some just very vanilla cardstock. So these are all 5 inches. This one is 3 4/8, so 3.5. 3.5 by 5. This one is 2 3/4 by 5, and then this one is 1 3/4 by 5. So 1 3/4, 2 3/4, and yeah, okay, I've already forgotten the numbers. It happens, that's what happens. Alright, and now I can actually go ahead and flip these over so that you can see. There is my own designer series paper, so I just stamped those a lot, and then I used my Stampin' Sponge and crumb cake to just kind of go around it. While we have all of that going, let's go ahead and distress our doily, because I'm on a roll, so I just want to just kind of pounce on it. This is going to give me like little speckles on it, and that is all I want, just to kind of dirty it up a bit so it's not so glaringly white. Okay, so that is that. Now let's go on to, well, let me get the ink off my fingers first before I touch everything. Oh, you're also going to need your Big Shot because we are working with dies. All right, so let's get our Stampin' Trimmer out. So we need this piece of paper to be 5 1/8 by 11. So we've already got the 11 side. So on the 8.5 inch side, I'm going to go ahead and cut the 5 1/8. So there we've got that. Now let's move our cutting blade out of the way. And we're going to flip it over. We're going to go to 3 5/8. Yep, there we go. And we're going to score. Did I mention that this is going to be a A1 note card size? So not your standard A2 size card. It's going to be the next size down. You will be able to send this through the mail. All right, now let's take that score line and pop it right on over to the 3 5/8 line. There we go. We're going to give that a score just like that. And that's your note card size. The rest of this is going to be for our gift card holder. So let's flip it around, and we are going to go to 1 1/2. There we go. Line that up, and we're going to score that right there. Right? No, that measurement's not correct. Hold on. Let me just redo these measurements before I tell you something wrong. All right, we flip it around. It's 1 1/2. I think I might have did that score wrong. Yeah, sure, I was at 2. I don't know why I was at 2. It's a 1 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and score 1 1/2. So we've got from one side 3 5/8. Move that score to 3 5/8. Do another score, flip it around, and we're at 1 1/2 there. Okay, that's all there is to that. Oh, I also forgot, you're going to need a circle punch. Gotta grab mine. Where is it? Rolling around my art room. Rolling around. Okay, so on this 1 1/2 inch section here, we are going to take, this is just a 1 3/8 non-stamping up circle punch. I really want to get more of these Stampin' Up circle punches because they're just, this is kind of really unwieldy. If you want to get this into anywhere, like, it's kind of tough, and there's not a whole lot of wiggle room, like how deep you can go onto a piece of paper. So I don't like this about this one, but that's all I have. So there's a couple different circle punches that I need to get and have in my life. All right, so there's that. Now it's time to, let's take our bone folder and start getting our burnish on. Oh, here we go. Just like so. And that is how our card comes together. Let's get this piece of paper out of the way. We don't need it. Let's go ahead and get our background paper, our Handmade Designer Series paper. And we're going to go ahead and pop this on, and then we are going to go ahead and have fun designing the front bits using that Mary Cafe. Alright, and this piece goes right here. There we go, and this one goes in the center. So I'm going to do it like that, and then we can recut out that little bit. There we go. Keep in mind how many layers of paper you are cutting through with your punches, because they do, cut through a good deal, but don't ask too much of them, because they don't always have it to give you. Alright, and let's go ahead and get this done. So I'm going to take my tear and tape. Tear and tape is wonderful for any sort of boxes, bags, 3D projects. I almost find it easier to work with than the fast fuse. Fast fuse can absolutely be faster, but sometimes, like, I can just go ahead and lay out the tear and tape everywhere I need to, and then as I need to adhere it, I can go ahead and take off the paper backing. It's a lot easier to do that than try to get the entire fast fuse in there. So you end up having to fast fuse everything, and then you've got live adhesive just everywhere. everywhere. Alright, so there we go. So we've got the inside of our card. This is where our gift card goes. It all folds up just like that. So much fun. So let's finish everything up. Alright, we can actually go ahead and pop our doily on there too. This is going together quite nicely. Alright, so there's that. Now let's get down to our stamping. Oh, I've got to get that stuff too. So we need a piece of pumpkin pie, and we need some of our very vanilla. Okay, so let's get our pumpkin pie out, and we are going to go ahead. Actually, we're going to make our own pattern paper with this too. So yeah, let's go ahead and stamp our cup. You can see I've kind of already used this to stamp a cup. Alright, so there we go. Pumpkin pie on pumpkin pie. It's just going to add just a little bit of definition to the edge and just take it to that next level. And now we're going to again take our pumpkin pie with those leaf outlines, and we are just going to pop this on and make our own fun, cute little pattern paper. Just like that. Sometimes just don't overthink it. Just pop it down there and it's going to be fine. This is just to add a little bit of texture. Actually, we still need that. Alright, I'm going to take my cherry cobbler, move that aside, and I'm going to stamp this shape here. Actually, I'm going to lay it out because it's looking a little wonky. So on any of these where they can kind of like, you know, you can shape them a little funky, go ahead and drop them down, let them regain their natural shape, and then bring your block over to them and you're going to get a better result. Alright, so I'm just going to pop that right there. Beautiful. Alright, now let's get our lid. No, not the lid yet. Actually, we can go ahead and do the lid. We're going to do the lid in pumpkin pie. And we'll go ahead and pop that up over there. Stampin' maniacs right now. And now the sentiment I'm going to use with the pumpkin pie. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in the center of that. Alright, we are going to get our Big Shot out now. We are done with our stamping. So we can put all of these away. Now for those of you who have a fairly large ink pad collection from Stampin' Up, investing in the Stampin' Caddy is pretty amazing because it works fantastically. Alright, so I've got my Big Shot, my magnetic platform, and 2 cutting plates, and I am going to, I don't think I can't do all these at once. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and cut out our cup, our fun little cup. Run that through. Fast, fast, super fast, as my son used to say. Very, very long time ago. He was like a little one when he would say that. And he was wearing his shoes with the fire on them, like they paint on hot rods. Those were always his super fast shoes because those fires, those made him run faster. Alright, sometimes with the magnetic platform you've got to make some adjustments because the magnets aren't all over. They're only in certain spots, so you have to kind of work with it. Alright, now we're going to run that through. Try not to break a finger. It's usually not an issue. It's not usually something you have to worry about, but I'm trying to get this done because I know I talked a lot in the beginning of this showing you the stamp set and the dies. So alright, that's all that. Put it all away, get rid of the scraps, bring this back over, and let's start getting some stuff assembled. Alright. Look at this coffee cup. Let's get a couple dimensionals going on this guy. There we go. And I'm just going to pop that. Actually, we're going to be just a little off center. And oh, glue dots. Glue dots are the thing for ribbon and 3D embellishments like this. So I'm just going to pop it right on there. We'll get this going just right like that. There we go. Just simple. You could keep going, absolutely, and decorate this more and more. Do whatever you want. I want to keep it simple. If I'm going to be mass producing these, I don't want it to get so crazy that it just takes up too much of my time, you know? So, I mean, if you have people who love fall, they're just going to be so excited to get the gift cards. So here's an old gift card that has nothing on it anymore. You see it just can slide in right there. You can stamp a sentiment here, and or even here, have your message here if you want. So yeah, you open it up, sentiment, personal message, gift card, yay! You can even like do more decorations with this too. If it's someone that this is only one card. Ooh, you fell off. How did you fall off? Probably because you're not completely dry yet. It's still a little wet from when I watercolored it. So there we go. But yeah, if this is the only one you're making, you could keep going on and like really make this special. Yeah, I know I love getting gift cards, but I hate giving them because I kind of feel it's a cop-out. I don't know why. It's definitely, you know, there's some hypocrisy to it. So if I'm going to do that, I want to give someone something a little bit more special, put more time into like the card or the packaging that I'm going to be giving the gift card in. So there we go. Love that. And just, yeah, so much fun. So let me zoom you in. Actually, go tighter. There we go. Yes. All right, so that is it for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please remember to like and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and supporting my small business. For a full list of the products I used, go ahead and check the description bar below or head on over to PIXIECrafter.com. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and that's it. Thank you so much. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye. Want to see more? Here's some videos that might interest you. And check out my website and blog for a full list of the products I used, as well as more project ideas and inspiration. You can also shop my Stampin' Up! Online store, my Etsy shop, or contact me about booking and planning a Disney vacation from PIXIECrafter.com.